Today in Handlers Academy, I'd like to talk about slicing flanks. So first, let's talk about what flanks are. Flanks are the circular path that your dog takes when they move around stock. So, do something like this. Flanks are based on, the name of them, or cue, is based on the direction. A clockwise, as you're looking from above, is come by, and anti-clockwise or counterclockwise is away to me. I use anti to match up better with away to me so I can remember it easier. But the main thing you want to remember about a flank is that your dog should maintain their distance as they flank around the stock. You don't want them moving closer. So when your dog first takes a step, we call it squaring their flank, which means they start off sideways and don't move towards the stock. So in these two pictures you can see the difference. In the first picture, the dog is stepping in towards the stock and putting pressure on the stock. In the second picture, the dog has shifted their weight back and they start out stepping to the side and not moving towards the stock. So once your dog starts flanking, you want them to maintain their distance. You don't want them to come closer as they flank. So this is a correct flank, and if your dog comes and then starts flanking closer, then they are slicing in on their flank because, as you can see, they're not maintaining their distance as they go around. Now there's two places that your dog can slice. As we said, in the beginning, if your dog steps forward before they turn, then they're slicing it there, or they're not doing a square flank. But if they're all the way out here and they start winding in or coming closer, we call that slicing in. Now, another place that dogs tend to slice in is what we call on top, or at the top of the outrun before they lift the stock. So if your dog comes around, they should come around and stop about there to bring the stock directly to the handler, which will be me at this point. But what a lot of dogs like to do is they get here and then they start to come in, and that's called slicing on top. What that does is it pushes the sheep off, so once they start to come in, the sheep are going to be heading in the wrong direction. Instead of coming directly towards me, they're going to be heading off. So then the dog's going to have to readjust a little more. Now, one of the main reasons dogs slice is because they're forward-moving dogs and they like to put pressure on stock. So you have usually more trouble with a dog slicing if they're forward-moving. Sideways-moving dogs tend to like to stay out. They don't like to put pressure on their stock, so they don't have as much problem with that. One of the big things is that they do this very slowly. If they start slicing in, they won't usually slice in there. They might just come in a little too close. And then over time, they'll move closer and closer. And often we don't even notice it. I mean, it's almost like they're shaping us, and they're shaping their behavior to what they prefer. And it's so minor each time that we don't notice it until it becomes something really major. And then either you or someone else will notice it. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you're a novice or you're a very experienced handler, it can sneak up on you. But as soon as you realize that your dog is slicing in or not starting out square, so not doing a square flank, you want to get right on it because you don't want that to become a bad habit. One thing you can do to help you figure this out is pick markers in the field, or if you're concerned, set out some cones. Is your dog staying to the outside of the cones, or are they slicing in and coming in where they shouldn't be? And that will help a lot. If you're uncertain and you really can't tell, then try setting some cones out or pick a marker in your field. Both of those will help you determine if your dog's slicing or not. So now we're going to go look at Quest, and he's going to give us a little bit of a slice flank. He's going to kind of start out pretty square, but then you can see he doesn't really square out like I want him to until I repeat the flank.
Quest flanks, but he doesn't square out. Now he is. And here we'll look in slow motion. He's kind of coming in a little bit, and now he's going to square out and go around like he should. Thanks for watching this Handlers Academy, and please spread the herd.